Hello, dear friends. Welcome to our gathering today, where we come together to explore the profound and often challenging aspects of our spiritual journeys. I am truly blessed to have you here with us as we delve into a topic that resonates deeply with many of us: why chosen ones are lonely or broken. This powerful motivational speech by the beloved Billy Graham speaks to the heart of our human experience, reminding us that even those who are called and chosen may face moments of loneliness and struggle. As we embark on this journey together, I invite you to open your hearts and minds to the wisdom that will be shared in this presentation. Billy Graham, a man of unwavering faith and deep compassion, often spoke about the trials and tribulations that accompany a life devoted to a higher purpose. He understood that being a chosen one does not shield us from pain or isolation. Rather, it often brings us face to face with the realities of our humanity. In today's world, many of us grapple with feelings of loneliness, even when surrounded by friends and family. The pressures of life, the weight of expectations, and the pursuit of our callings can sometimes leave us feeling broken or disconnected. Billy Graham's insights remind us that we are not alone in our struggles. He encourages us to lean into our faith, to seek solace in the knowledge that we are part of a greater plan, even when the path seems daunting. As we listen to this powerful speech, reflect on your own experiences. Have there been times when you felt isolated in your journey? Moments when you questioned your purpose or felt the burden of your calling? You are not alone in these feelings. The chosen ones of this world often carry a heavy load, and it is through sharing our stories and supporting one another that we find healing and strength. I encourage you to engage with this video. As you absorb the messages within, take a moment to consider how they apply to your life. If something resonates with you, I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experiences and reflections can be a source of encouragement and inspiration for others who may be walking a similar path. Furthermore, if you find value in the insights shared today, consider subscribing to our channel. By doing so, you will not only stay connected with our community, but also gain access to a wealth of teachings and discussions that explore the depths of our faith and the challenges we face as we navigate this world. Together, we can create a supportive network where we uplift each other in times of need. As we prepare to listen to Billy Graham's powerful words, let us remember that our journeys are uniquely our own, yet we share a common bond as seekers of truth and love. Allow his message to inspire you, to challenge you, and to remind you that in our loneliness and brokenness, there is hope. There is a light that shines even in the darkest of times, guiding us back to a place of connection and purpose. So let us open our hearts, prepare our minds, and dive into this beautiful exploration of what it means to be chosen, yet sometimes lonely or broken. May we find comfort in knowing that our struggles can lead to greater understanding, compassion, and ultimately a deeper relationship with our Creator. Thank you for being here, for being part of this community, and for your willingness to engage with these important topics. Now, without further ado, let us listen to the powerful motivational speech by Billy Graham. The concept of being chosen often carries with it a weight of expectations and responsibilities that can lead to feelings of loneliness and brokenness. Psalm 34:18 reminds us that the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. This verse encapsulates a profound truth about the human experience, especially for those who feel set apart or isolated due to their calling or the burdens they bear. When we reflect on the lives of those who are called to lead or to serve, in a special way, we often see that their journeys are fraught with challenges. They may feel isolated in their experiences, unable to share their struggles with others who might not understand their unique path. This loneliness can stem from the weight of their responsibilities, the expectations placed upon them, or even the sacrifices they make for their faith and service. Yet, within this loneliness lies a sacred promise. The divine presence is closest to those who are brokenhearted. The acknowledgement of one's brokenness is not a sign of weakness, but rather an entry point to a deeper relationship with the divine. When we are broken, we often find ourselves stripped of our pretenses and defenses. This vulnerability can be uncomfortable, but it also opens the door for profound transformation. In our moments of despair or loneliness, we are reminded that we do not walk this path alone. The Lord's assurance is that He saves those who are crushed in spirit, providing comfort and healing in the midst of our deepest struggles. In the journey of the chosen, brokenness can serve a greater purpose. This is echoed in the words of 2 Corinthians 12:9-10, where it states, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." Here, we see a beautiful paradox. Our weaknesses can become a canvas for divine strength. When we embrace our vulnerabilities, we create space for the transformative power of grace to work within us. The feelings of isolation that accompany being chosen can lead to a greater reliance on the grace that sustains us through our trials. It's essential to recognize that the feelings of loneliness or brokenness are not indicators of abandonment. Instead, they are often the backdrop against which faith can be deepened. Those who are chosen may find that their experiences of solitude encourage them to seek solace in prayer and reflection, fostering a deeper spiritual connection. The act of reaching out to God in times of despair can turn moments of isolation into opportunities for communion with the divine. Furthermore, the experience of mourning, as referenced in Matthew 5:4, with "Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted," illustrates that grief and brokenness are not only part of life but also avenues for profound healing and transformation. Mourning is often a solitary journey, one that can feel heavy and burdensome. However, it is through this process that we are given the chance to confront our emotions, to grieve for what has been lost, and to ultimately find a path toward comfort and renewal. For the chosen ones, there is a greater understanding that their pain can lead to something beautiful. The loneliness and brokenness they experience can cultivate empathy and compassion, equipping them to serve others in ways that resonate deeply with their own journeys. As they navigate their struggles, they may find that they are not just recipients of divine grace, but also vessels through which that grace flows to others. In recognizing that the chosen are often lonely or broken, we are called to create communities of support and understanding. It is essential to acknowledge the shared human experience of struggle and to extend compassion to those who may feel isolated in their journeys. By fostering environments where individuals can express their vulnerabilities, we can help break the cycle of loneliness and remind each other of the comforting presence of the divine. In conclusion, the journey of the chosen is often marked by loneliness and brokenness, yet these experiences are deeply intertwined with the promise of divine closeness, grace, and comfort. The challenges faced can lead to a richer understanding of faith and a renewed commitment to serve others. In moments of brokenness, we find the strength to connect with the divine and with one another, transforming our struggles into sources of hope and healing. In exploring the profound theme of why the chosen ones often experience loneliness or brokenness, we find ourselves drawn to the comforting words found in Psalm 34:18. "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." This passage serves as a crucial reminder that even in moments of deep distress and isolation, we are not alone. The chosen ones, those who feel a divine calling or a sense of purpose, often walk paths that can feel lonely and fragmented. Yet, it is in this very brokenness that we can encounter the divine presence in the most intimate and transformative ways. To feel brokenhearted or lonely is part of the human experience, and it can be particularly acute for those who carry the weight of divine purpose. The chosen ones may face expectations, challenges, and burdens that can set them apart from others. These experiences can lead to feelings of isolation as they navigate their journeys with a sense of responsibility that is often misunderstood or unshared by those around them. However, it is essential to recognize that such feelings do not indicate a lack of worth or a failure in one's calling. Instead, they can highlight the depth of one's journey and the profound encounters that await. In acknowledging our vulnerabilities, we are invited to reflect on 2 Corinthians 12:9-10, where it is written, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." This paradox of strength found in weakness reveals a fundamental truth. Our brokenness can become a gateway to experiencing divine grace. When we confront our limitations and acknowledge our pain, we open ourselves to the fullness of God's power. It is through our struggles that we learn to rely not on our own strength, but on something greater than ourselves. In our moments Of deepest despair, we are often reminded that it is okay to be weak, for it is in this state that we can truly embrace the strength that comes from above. The chosen ones may grapple with their loneliness, but this solitude can also be a sacred space for reflection and growth. It allows for a deeper connection with God, as one learns to seek comfort and guidance in prayer and meditation. In moments of silence and stillness, we can hear the whisper of the divine, reminding us that we are never truly abandoned. This connection may not always manifest in the company of others, but it can be felt profoundly in our hearts as we cultivate a relationship with God that transcends our circumstances. Moreover, Matthew 5:4 teaches us, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted." This verse speaks to the transformative power of grief and sorrow. Mourning is not merely an act of loss, it is a pathway to understanding and healing. For the chosen ones, the experience of loss, whether it be the loss of relationships, dreams, or even the simplicity of companionship, can lead to a deeper understanding of oneself and one's purpose. It is through mourning that we are often brought closer to God's heart, finding solace in the promise that comfort will follow our tears. As we navigate the complexities of loneliness and brokenness, it is vital to remember that these experiences can cultivate empathy and compassion within us. When we walk through the valley of despair, we become more attuned to the struggles of others. This newfound sensitivity can empower us to reach out and extend a hand to those who are also suffering, creating a community of support and love. The chosen ones, though they may feel isolated, have the opportunity to become beacons of hope for others who are lost in their own loneliness. In moments of solitude, the chosen ones are invited to reflect on their journey and seek the divine presence that remains steadfast. Brokenness does not define their worth. Rather, it is an integral part of their story, shaping them into the individuals they are meant to be. Embracing their vulnerabilities can lead to greater authenticity and purpose, allowing them to shine brighter in a world that often feels dark and disconnected. Ultimately, the chosen ones are not alone in their experiences of loneliness or brokenness. They are part of a larger narrative that encompasses the human condition, where vulnerability and strength coexist. By leaning into their pain and seeking the divine, they can transform their struggles into sources of resilience and hope, both for themselves and for those around them. Amen.